Bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Did you know you could earn up to $600 when you open a checking account at Old National Bank?
$600? You could do a lot with that. Like tickets to somewhere warm?
Now boarding for Miami.
Or tickets to your favorite band?
Or tickets to your favorite band in Miami.
Boom! Now you're talking.
Earn up to a $600 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Additional restrictions apply. Visit oldnational.com/checking. Offer valid through October 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Join us on Thursday, September 3rd for Hello Kitty Night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a limited edition Hello Kitty Cubs plushie. Don't miss out on this offer. Guys, don't miss out. Here's Zach and Cooper.
Wow. Hello Kitty Night.
Meow. Ian Happ leads off the bottom of the second inning for the Cubs. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead. Alec Burleson with a 2-run shot in the first. Blaze Jordan with a ribby single in the top half of this frame. Happ the cleanup man for the Cubs this afternoon. Switch hitter batting for the left side against the right-hander Hunter Dobbins. Here's the pitch. And Happ looks at a ball. Fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour. A little low and off the outside. 1-0 the count. Wind blowing from left to right. Now the pitch. And a bouncing ball up the middle, fielded on the second base side by the shortstop Wynn. Rifles a throw to first in time to get Happ one away.
Ball hit sharply right back through the middle. I think Dobbins got a little piece of it, and Wynn ended up making the play. He takes an extra step at short because he can. He's got an absolute cannon from the shortstop position.
So here is Nico Horner with one down in the bottom of the second inning, and Horner immediately calls time and steps out of the box. And officially that last play goes down 1-6-3. It did nip the glove of Dobbins. The pitch to Horner, bouncing ball foul off to the left, 0-1. Nico is 1 for 8 in this series, but over his last 15 games, hitting at .305 with 2 home runs. Dobbins rocks back and deals. And Nico looks at a sinker low. 1-1 the count. Horner 3 for 4 in his career against Dobbins with a home run. The pitch is a called strike. Fastball clocked at 94 miles per hour. 1-2. Cubs are 20-10 since July 11th. Only Boston has been better during that time. Horner loops one to second, and it's caught by Weatherholt for out number 2.
A couple of fastballs inside, then a good slider right on the outside corner. Might even have been off the plate away, but not much. Good pitch. Had Nico out in front.
So with 2 down, Pedro Ramirez will dig in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Ramirez playing first base today. Dobbins delivers. And a bouncing ball hit on the right side, fielded on a low hop by Weatherholt. The flip to first in time. Cubs go down in order in the second. We head to the third, 3-0 St. Louis on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Unwind with Seaglass Wines, the official partner of the Chicago Cubs. Refreshingly crisp and sustainably made, Seaglass brings you the bright, crisp taste of California's Central Coast, wherever the game takes you. So relax, refresh, and find your coastal state of mind with Seaglass.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Chicago sports fans, it's Ron Coomer. Summer baseball is in full swing, and it's the perfect time to enjoy your outdoor space. TimberTech decking is engineered with advanced innovation and resilient design to stand up to sun, rain, and years of gathering. You get the beauty of wood without sanding, staining, or splinters. Order free samples or connect with a contractor near you at TimberTech.com. TimberTech.com. TimberTech. Everything wood should be.
Who's on first? Southwest Airlines, ranked first among U.S. airlines by the Wall Street Journal. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Top of the third inning we go. Cardinals lead the Cubs by a score of 3-0. It was 82 degrees at first pitch of this one. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Here's Zach Zaidman.
Thank you very much, Judson. We begin the top of the third with St. Louis up 3-0. Ivan Herrera, Alec Burleson, and Jordan Walker due up for the Cardinals. To activate Cabrera, the Cubs optioned Javier Assad to AAA Iowa. And Craig Counsell saying before the game that, at least right now, David Peterson will move from the starting rotation to the bullpen with Cabrera back.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Javi. He has pitched very good and done a lot of things really well for the Cubs. I'm sure he's disappointed today. I got to believe he will be back very, very soon.
The pitch to Herrera is popped up. Foul territory off to the left. Bregman near the sidewall leans over, but this one's in the stands on the other side of the netting. 0-1.
Thing about our game, when you get down to this point of the season and you're a playoff team and you're grinding to try to catch the team ahead of you, but your wild card situation's pretty secure at 6 games.
The pitch, a check swing on appeal. Bruce Streckman at first says that Herrera went around 0-2 the count.
But I think you fall into that category of, okay, if we have to make a move today.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Herrera's retired, 1 away.
You got to make a move today to get Cabrera back on the roster to pitch today. And, okay, what do we have? And, as of right now, you get a lot of guys that are throwing the ball out of the pen very well, especially the bottom part of that bullpen that you wonder about, but they're all pitching well.
Alec Burleson looks at a curveball for a strike, 0-1.
And you've got at least one, and if Peterson goes to the bullpen, now you get 2 long guys. If you send Assad down, the other problem for Javi is he's got options. And that pitch misses high. So, you certainly don't want to lose a guy because of the option thing. And if you got a guy with options that might not pitch for, a short period of time, he's the guy, unfortunately, for Javi.
Ground ball to second, fielded by Horner. He throws to first. Burleson is retired, 2 away.
And Javi has done everything you would ever want a guy. He didn't make the team out of spring, and he has been an integral part of this rotation and then the bullpen and giving the Cubs great innings. So, he will be back very, very soon.
2 down here in the top of the third. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead. The cleanup man, Jordan Walker, at the plate. Powerful right-handed batter. Cabrera deals and misses low and outside with a slider, 1-0. By the way, strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Walker pulls one fair down the left sideline, and it is picked up in the corner by Happ. Walker cruises into second base with a double. It comes with 2 away here in the third, just over the head of Bregman, back of third, and rolled all the way near the corner.
Pitch up in the zone, and Walker didn't miss it. Hooks it past Bregman, and unfortunately for the Cubs, it hits the sidewall, but it doesn't kick back out towards Ian. It hits past where the wall kind of jets back towards the corner, and it's a routine double for Walker.
And now Joshua Baez digs in. He flat out to deep center his first time up. This is just his second game. You know what he did in his first game with the 3 home runs. The pitch. This one bounces past Amaya off to the right. It's loose near the Cardinals dugout, picked up by Ramirez, advancing to third on the play. Walker.
I was going to say, somebody needs to go get that ball. It's still in play. I'm not quite sure what happened to Amaya on this pitch. I think he tried to short hop it and catch it, and it hit the front of his, like the knee part of the shin guard, and ricocheted off to the on-deck circle and all the way out towards first base.
2 down, a man at third. 1-0 the count on Baez. The pitch is low. 2-0.
Third inning brought to you by Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go.
Righty-righty matchup with Cabrera on the mound and Baez at the plate. A long set. Now the pitch. Baez swings and misses. Big rip at a changeup. 2-1.
There's no problem with this kid's bat speed, that's for sure. We saw it yesterday. We've seen it again. He took a big rip at that slider, and you can understand why he ended up with 34 home runs in the minor leagues and 3 yesterday.
Here comes the 2-1. He chases a curveball in the dirt and misses. 2-2 the count.
Well, you know there's swing and miss in there because of all the strikeouts in the minor leagues, but 34 bombs. Yesterday, all the pitches that he hit were straight, either fastball or changeup. I'm guessing today he's not going to see a straight ball. Not in the zone. He's going to see a lot of spin and see if he can hit the breaking ball.
Let's see if Cabrera can put him away here. 2-2 the count with Walker at third and 2 down. Now the pitch. Baez fouls this one back. Sinking fastball from Cabrera.
That was a good fastball, but it's inside. He didn't throw it for a strike, and that means good pitch right in on the hands of Baez.
Wind blowing from left to right. Cabrera is ready. Here comes the 2-2. That one apparently just missed a curveball. Inside. Full count. Walker at third. 2 down. And now the payoff pitch by Cabrera. Baez swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a sinker. Walker stranded at third base. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Middle 3-0 St. Louis on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on 104.3 The Score.
Don't miss the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot when we celebrate the game's greatest moments and players. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Step up to the plate at Fair Oaks Ford and Fair Oaks Lincoln, where every deal is a fair ball. Here's our winning game plan. Good, better, best. Good, a full lineup of vehicles ready to get you out on the road. Better, pricing that hits a home run without striking out your budget. Best, the Fair Oaks experience, where every visit feels like a grand slam. Swing by today and see why Fair Oaks Ford and Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville are the MVPs of Chicagoland dealerships. Plumbing emergency? Chicagoland depends on Plumbers 911. Licensed professional local 130 plumbers are available 24/7 for fast, reliable help. Call 833-PLUM-911. Local 130 plumbers get the job done right the first time.
Baseball is all about the details. Choosing the right pitch, knowing which base to throw the ball to, or adjusting your swing. The little things make the difference between winning and losing. Banking is like that too. That's why Chicago businesses have turned to ABOC for over 100 years for all their banking needs. Because ABOC gets the little things right consistently. We get to know your business so we can recommend the best solution to help you succeed. Like throwing the right fastball to get your team out of a bases-loaded jam. Visit us at ABOC.com. Banking built for Chicago.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, and the lowest prices every day on top brands like Electrolux, Frigidaire, and more. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Dance response by getting the Cubs started in the bottom of the third inning. Cardinals lead 3-0. Who's on Deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Here's Zach Zaidman.
Judson, thank you. Swanson back in the lineup after getting a day off yesterday. He's in the number 7 hole in the order. Dansby with 18 home runs, 66 RBIs. Swanson to be followed by Michael Conforto, today's designated hitter, and Miguel Amaya, the catcher. Hunter Dobbins on the mound, 3-0 St. Louis. Bottom 3 here at Wrigley. The pitch. Swanson swings and misses. A hefty cut at a 96-mile-per-hour heater, and he looks like he's in a little bit of discomfort there. Craig Counsell hops out of the dugout. So does trainer Nick Frangella.
Yeah, Dansby's hurt. He left his bat and his helmet at home plate. and walk back towards Cubs dugout where Counts and Nick Frangella were. Now it looks like a normal swing until the finish. And then he flips his helmet off, and he is going to be done for the day. He's going off the field.
Oh, boy.
It seems like he's walking okay. I'm trying to look to see if we get a shot of something like ankle twist. It doesn't look like. Yeah, I am not sure. I really don't know. There's nothing that like totally gave it away to what happened to him.
So Dansby leaves the game. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Again, as Stu mentioned, he just swung and missed at a fastball from Dobbins. And immediately after finishing the follow-through, tossed the helmet down, tossed the bat away, and got in a crouch in apparent discomfort.
Looks like Triantos is going to be the pinch hitter. He's quickly putting stuff on in the dugout. But it didn't, a lot of times a hitter will take a swing and it'll be, his back something will happen. You tweak something in your back right away. It did not look like he had a back issue going off the field. Because usually you can, just by the gait of somebody walking after something like that, you can tell. But, usually, we don't like to speculate too much, but sometimes you can tell. But to be honest with you, I couldn't see anything. I don't know if it was a wrist or anything. His finish looked very awkward, and then after that, I couldn't tell. Now, if it's maybe the left shoulder, from finishing the swing, just not sure.
So rookie utility man James Triantos, as you mentioned, Coombe, grabs a bat, goes to the on-deck circle, take a couple of practice swings, and resume the Swanson at bat. Count is 0-1. Cardinals with a 3-0 lead over the Cubs here with no one out in the bottom of the third inning.
It's one of those situations for Triantos. I mean, you're sitting on the bench just watching the game, and instantly you're in.
Yeah. Triantos is 1 for 5 in 6 games with the Cubs this season. He's a 23-year-old rookie. And Triantos, right-handed batter, now in the box with the count 0-1. Dansby Swanson leaving the game with an undisclosed injury after swinging the bat. Here's the 0-1. That's up high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Triantos. Cardinals up 3-0. Alec Burleson, a 2-run shot in the first. Blaze Jordan with an RBI single in the second. Hunter Dobbins peers in, gets the side from Crooks. He works his motion and deals. And Triantos looks at a ball low, 2-1 the count.
I would guess Triantos will we'll see. You got two infielders that can play multiple positions in Ramirez and Triantos, so we will see. And you're hearing the crowd. He got the formation of fighter jets buzzing the stadium.
And 4 of them shaped like a diamond together. Here comes the 2-1. That one missed. Slider off the outside. 3-1 on Triantos. Partly cloudy afternoon here at the friendly confines. Wind blowing from left to right at the moment. Dobbins rocks back and deals. Triantos looks at ball 4 low.
So he will get the walk. That's one of those situations where if you strike out, it goes to Dansby. If something positive happens, it goes to him. It's kind of a weird rule. At least that's what it used to be. I'm sure they probably didn't change that. That'd be a tough one for a guy coming in off the bench.
So Triantos at first. The batter, Michael Conforto. The pitch is up high, ball 1.
Now here's the situation for Triantos. You got to be careful right now. Cubs have already lost 1 guy. You've been standing there just kind of hanging out. And now you got to watch, to make sure you're loose enough to be able to run.
And the 1-0. Outside to Conforto. 2 balls and no strikes. Conforto whacked a 3-run home run down the right field line in yesterday's ball game. Time called by the catcher Crooks. who slowly walks out to the mound, and the rest of the Cardinals infield joins along.
I think Crooks is a little upset. He wants the pitcher to be a little more on the attack with the strike zone.
And while they meet on the mound, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the score middays with Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson saying enough's enough. Let's break up this meeting and move the game along. We're in the bottom of the third. No one out. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead over the Cubs. Triantos at first base. Conforto at the plate. The count is 2-0. Crowd beginning to make some noise here. Dobbins, the right-hander, sets above the belt. And here comes the 2-0. Outside, ball 3 to Conforto.
Well, that's been the one issue for Dobbins is just command, throwing enough strikes. Got good stuff. He's been behind quite a few hitters so far, but he hasn't had to pay the price for it. Let's see if Conforto can make him pay the price here.
The 3-0. That's a called strike. Fastball. Conforto was taken all the way. 3-1. Conforto now with 10 home runs after the 3-run bomb yesterday. He's driven in 30, hitting at .232 on the year. The 3-1. And this is popped up shallow center. Dropping back the shortstop Wynn. Coming in Church, but it's Wynn who makes the catch over his shoulder in shallow center for out number 1.
Very casual catch about waist high by Wynn. Kind of trotting out towards center field. Not get to see a replay. I thought the ball kind of no coned on him, but maybe not.
So 1 on, 1 away, Coon for the Cubs here in the bottom of the third inning. Miguel Amaya, the number 9 hitter at the plate, right-handed batter against the right-hander Dobbins, who works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Called strike. 2-seamer at 94 miles per hour. Right at the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. Amaya waits for the 0-1. Here it comes. And that one's in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Crooks. Very rarely does a pitcher work his motion as fighter jets are flying overhead. But that's part of the fun this weekend in Chicago with the Air and Water Show.
There are a lot of people in Chicago because of the Air and Water Show. The Bears yesterday, Cubs.
Dobbins delivers, and this is low and outside 2-1. I'm surprised he doesn't step off the rubber.
Yeah. Maybe he's got earplugs in. Might be a smart thing to do on a day like today. You're pitching.
A long set, now the 2-1. Amaya swings and misses, 2-2 the count.
I just wonder if a pitcher could do that today, or in general. If they just said, you know what, I don't like the pitch count thing in my ear. I want to see signals. I put earplugs in. I wonder what a catcher, current day catcher, would do.
They don't. Do they know how to deliver signals?
I don't know.
1,
That'd
2,
be the question. I sure think some of them would.
Throw to first. Triantos dives in safely ahead of the tag by Burleson. 2-2 the count. Does it bother you as a hitter when the Jets are overhead?
I don't think I ever had that issue.
The 2-2. That one is low and outside. So Amaya has worked a full count. Right, because usually the pitcher doesn't work his motion in those situations. All right, so Triantos at first, 1 away, bottom 3, St. Louis with a 3-0 lead. Full count with Amaya at the plate. Dobbins, the right-hander, is ready. And here comes the payoff pitch. Amaya fouls it back off Paul Zarang's microphone, stationed along the netting behind home plate. Count remains full.
Coming in live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Here go the Birds again. They're exiting.
Yeah, they're not bothering me
enough of this.
Enough of these Fighter Jets. The 3-2. Amaya swings and misses. Strike 3. Foul tip into the glove. Just got a piece of a sweeper. 2 away.
There are a couple fastballs inside, then the breaking ball. This one starts out at Amaya. This is actually a pitch right in the middle of the plate, about mid-thigh. The one thing about it, though, is Dobbins gets on top of this ball enough to where it gets to the hitting zone and starts going down instead of across.
Crow Armstrong drills one deep in the air to right. This is going to go. Gone! First hit of the series for Pete Crow Armstrong. And it's a bomb to right. His 28th home run. And the Cubs right back in the ball game. A 2-run shot. It's now 3-2.
We talked about the last pitch to Amaya. It was right in the middle of the plate, breaking ball, and he swung over the top of it. Pete did not swing over the top of this one. He hits an absolute bullet to the bleachers in right. This is just a line drive rocket. Wind or no wind, this is going to be a home run. And Pete brings the Cubs back in, gets the Cubs back into this ballgame.
Seiya Suzuki at the plate and looks at a sweeper off the outside, 1-0. Crowd chanting MVP after that 2-run shot by Pete Crow Armstrong. Here's the 1-0. That's inside to Suzuki. 2-0 the count. A 408-foot rocket to right. Exit velocity 110 miles per hour off the bat of PCA. 3-2 Cardinals. The pitch. Suzuki swings and misses. Chased the slider, 2-1. PCA had been hitless in his previous 3 games. The 2-1. Suzuki fouls this one away, out of play off to the right, 2-2. But the way he's been hitting this year, you can't hold him down for very long.
Yeah, last couple months in particular, he's really been on a roll, maybe even 3. Been a little out of whack in this series, just a little out in front.
And Suzuki fouls that one away again off to the right, 2-2.
But that last swing was a good out in front. He hit a bullet right to the bleachers.
So 28 home runs for Crow Armstrong. He leads the Cubs in RBIs now with 75. The 2-2. Called strike 3, a slider that spins into the zone. And that ends the 3rd inning, but not before the home run by Pete Crow Armstrong puts the Cubs right back into the ball game. 3-2 St. Louis as we head to the 4th. On the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Alex Bregman. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
At some point in the day, everyone is a pedestrian. So when you see someone walking or biking up ahead, slow down and give them space. Share the road. It's not a game.
This summer, making memories in a Volvo SUV is easier than ever. Now, for a limited time, get savings on Volvo SUVs during the Summer Safely sales event, built with advanced safety features, so you can focus on the road ahead. Find your Volvo today. The Summer Safely sales event is on now. Visit volvocars.com/US to save.
Rev up the rewards at the pump with Club Sitco. Find exclusive ways to win big, from sweepstakes to daily deals. Download the Club Sitco app. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hey Cubs fans, this season, the Chicago Cubs are pitching for chicken with Chick-fil-A. If the Cubs strike out 3 batters in any inning during a home game, everyone gets a reward from Chick-fil-A on their mobile app. That's 3 strikeouts, 1 inning. Find more details and official rules at CFAChicagoland.com. Keep listening every home game for your chance at a free reward and eat more chicken.
Strike 3, you're out. Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by Club Sitco. Download the Club Sitco app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. In Pittsburgh, Pirates lead the Red Sox 7-3. That one in the 7th inning, albeit in a rain delay. Right now, the Marlins lead the Cincinnati Reds 2-1. That one in the top of the 8th inning. Currently in Detroit, White Sox lead the Tigers 6-5. That one in the middle of the 8th inning. Brewers and the Dodgers will get started at 3:10. It's Tarek Skubal on the mound for the Dodgers today. In fact, since they traded for him, Skubal in 2 starts is 0-1 with a 4.09 ERA. Here's Zach Concombe.
Thank you very much, Judson. We are in the top of the 4th. It's a 3-2 game. St. Louis with the lead. Edward Cabrera starts off Nathan Church with a curveball for a strike, 0-1. With Swanson leaving the game with an undisclosed injury, Nico Horner moves from second to short. Triantos remains in the game at second base. There's a called strike changeup from Cabrera. Church in the hole, 0-2. Cabrera facing home plate. The right-hander whirls and deals. The 0-2 delivery is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
4th inning is sponsored by Access One, your Chicago technology partner, or managed IT, cybersecurity, business phone systems, and internet services. That's Access One.
Now the 1-2. Church fouls this one out of play off to the left. It bangs off the facade of the roof and falls all the way down to the first deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Church flat out to center his first time up. Here's the 1-2. That's low and inside. Change that missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Church. We've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game, guys. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Another jet overhead. Here comes the 1-2. A comebacker off the glove of Cabrera. Ricochets left side, fielded by Bregman. Throw across, dug out by Ramirez. Beautiful play. 1 away as Church is retired.
The 1 hopper back to Cabrera, and he falls off the first base side, reaches the glove back, and deflects this ball at Bregman. Bregman comes running in, bare hands this ball. Excellent play, and then beautiful pick. He's somebody who didn't play a lot of first base, Ramirez. He's an infielder, and he goes out, stretches, and makes a nice pick on the low throw from Bregman. Cubs get the out. Nice play.
Impressive. Here's Mason Wynn, and he looks at a ball low and outside. 1-0 the count. A slider that missed. Just your ordinary 1-5-3.
That one will work. Great play by Bregman and by Ramirez.
1 down here in the top of the 4th. Cabrera peers in. He gets the sign from Amaya and deals. And misses with a sinker. 2-0 the count. Just a little inside. I say sinker, but really a 2-seamer because it was at the top of the zone. The pitch. Wynn looks at ball 3 off the outside. That was a fastball. 3-0. First Out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. And Cabrera misses low with a 2-seamer. It's ball 4. So Wynn heads to first with 1 away here in the top of the 4th. St. Louis with a 3-2 lead over the Cubs.
Yeah, that pitch, that 2-seamer just dips down below the zone. Cabrera now at 59 pitches in the ball game. We're probably looking at somewhere around 70-ish. 75 maybe.
Win a threat to go, being held on at first by Ramirez. The pitch to Jimmy Crooks is low. 1-0 the count. That was a curveball. All right, I'll make the guess first here in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game and go 39,800. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch is tapped foul at the plate by Crooks. 1-1.
I'll say 38,000.
Judson, what's your guess?
Please hold. Okay.
Thanks, Maverick.
Yeah. It was, it looks a lot like Friday. So I'm going to go right at Friday. 40,374.
All right. We get Paul Zarang's guess after this. Cabrera long set. Now the pitch. And that just misses off the outside with a change. 2-1 the count on Crooks. What's the Maestro's guess?
39,800. 39,922. That was you, Zach.
All right, thank you very much. 2-1 the count. And Cabrera misses off the outside again. It's now 3-1 with Crooks at the plate. He doubled his first time up. Entered play hitting at 173. Limited action this year. The pitch. Outside ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Cabrera. With one away here in the top of the fourth. And the Cardinals up 3-2.
And that's the one thing your concern is when somebody comes back to the big leagues after a couple months of being off, is a little bit of the rust. And we're seeing that with Cabrera, with the changeup. He's probably feeling more comfortable with his changeup in the command. And now that one leaking off the plate a couple different times to end up with the second walk in a row, as you said.
Tommy Hotovy on the mound having a conversation with Cabrera. The rest of the Cubs infield joins along. If you're just tuning in, Cardinals struck first, went up 3-0 after 2. Alec Burleson with a 2-run shot in the first, and then Blaze Jordan was about to step to the plate at an RBI single in the second. Cubs got right back into the ballgame in the third. A 2-run home run by Pete Crow Armstrong, his 28th. Dansby Swanson started the game at shortstop. He left in the third inning after an apparent injury on a swing and miss at the plate. Men at first and second. The pitch to Jordan is up high for ball 1.
It's just missed up and away. See if Cabrera can get right down into the zone on that inner half of the plate. Maybe you can get a ground ball double play.
The 1-0 delivery. Tap foul at the plate. 1-1 the count.
Dansby Swanson left the game, and this is unfortunate. Left side discomfort. Less than flyby here at Wrigley Field. But Dansby left the game with left side discomfort. That's usually some kind of rib or lower back side. And that is unfortunate for the Cubs. Hopefully it's not too bad.
So 1-1 the count, and the pitch is a line drive past a diving Horner in a left field for a base hit. And now the Cardinals have the bases loaded with just one away. Back-to-back walks to Wynn and Crooks. Now a single by Jordan, his second hit of the ball game. And here comes the top of the order for St. Louis. J.J. Weatherholt will dig in with the bases loaded. One away here at the top of the fourth. And the Cardinals up 3-2.
Weatherholt 1 for 2 in the game. Hit a little jam shot, doubled on the left field line, and then hit a little ground ball to Ramirez. Cubs would love to see another one of those ground balls.
Righty-lefty matchup. Cabrera kicks and fires, and Weatherholt looks at a ball low. Cubs do have activity in their bullpen. Left-hander Ryan Rollison has begun warming up. Ramirez playing in wide of first. The pitch in there, first strike. Curveball, 1-1 the count. Weatherholt is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. 3-2 St. Louis with one down in the top of the fourth. Cardinals with the bases loaded. The 1-1 by Cabrera to Weatherholt is low. 2-1. Another curve.
We're trying to get into the strike zone with his off-speed stuff. Cardinals not chasing. And pitch count climbing. He's at 70 pitches now here in the top of the fourth.
The pitch. Low and inside to Weatherholt. It's now 3-1.
Cabrera just kind of punched at his glove after that last pitch. That last changeup, he just pulled that one across his body and down. That one wasn't close.
Bases loaded, one away. 3-1 the count. The pitch. Weatherholt looks at ball 4, but the Cubs are going to challenge this.
Maya's going to challenge this pitch top of the zone. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And we're looking at the video boards now. It's a ball missed high.
Chicago has one challenge.
Cardinals add to their lead. Bases loaded walk by J.J. Weatherholt. It is now 4-2 St. Louis here in the fourth. Still one away, and the bases still loaded. And now Ivan Herrera will dig in, a right-handed batter.
Now here, still with one out, and the bases still loaded. Boy, you're really hoping can make a pitch. Herrera does not run well. He's a great double play candidate.
The pitch. Herrera looks at a sinker low and outside. 1-0 the count.
That's another pitch. It looks like Cabrera's he's having command issues and release point issues. He pulled that last pitch way across the zone, down and away.
Bases loaded, one away, 1-0 the count on Herrera. The pitch. Inside, 2-0. Missed with a two-seamer. Crowd getting restless here at Wrigley Field.
That's trying to make an adjustment from the pitches before, and then you make the adjustment, but you kind of overcorrect, and that ball runs way inside.
Cabrera trying to work out of the jam. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Change up from Cabrera. So 2-1 now on Herrera. Crooks at third, Jordan at second, Weatherholt at first. Just one away. Top of the fourth, 4-2 Cardinals. Now the 2-1. Herrera looks at a strike, change up, 2-2.
Back-to-back change-ups, and that's almost like a sinker because he throws it so hard that it's not much velocity off of his fastball. I would guess you probably see another one of these with 2-2 count. That's the pitch he's had command with in this at-bat.
Here comes the pitch. And a fly ball hit to right, angling toward the line, Suzuki. He makes the catch. Crooks tags. He's coming home. The throw is cut off. And it is now 5-2 St. Louis after the sacrifice fly by Herrera. Jordan advances to third and moving to second, Weatherholt.
Now pretty good base running by Weatherholt at first. He sees that Suzuki catches ball going down the line, and he throws the ball towards first. If Suzuki throws to second, Weatherholt stays. But because of the throw to first base, Weatherholt gets in scoring position.
And that'll be all for Edward Cabrera in his return to the mound. Craig Counsell takes the baseball from the right-handed starter, and we're going to have a pitching change here at Wrigley Field. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. 5-2 St. Louis, 2 away, top of the fourth, men at second and third, and the dangerous Alec Burleson due up. This is the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Imagine every time your business makes a sale, inventory updates, an invoice is created, customer records are updated, accounting stays current. That's the power of Odoo, one fully integrated platform where every part of your business works together, automating tasks, eliminating extra steps, and saving you valuable time. Everything connects. Everything works. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Collopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
28-year-old left-hander Ryan Rollison takes over for starter Edward Cabrera. We're in the top of the fourth, 5-2 St. Louis. 2 away, Cardinals still threatening with men at second and third. Rollison 7-1 this season, 43 games for the Cubs, a 2.27 ERA. Alec Burleson digs in, powerful left-handed batter who's 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. Jordan at third, Weatherholt at second. 2 down. Now the pitch. And a line drive base hit to left. 1 run is in. As Jordan scores around third, racing home Weatherholt. He's home. 2-run single the other way for Alec Burleson. It's now 7-2 St. Louis here in the fourth.
That's one of those play. Ian comes in and gets this ball. I think he's got to play at the plate and does not make a throw. I don't think the transfer of the ball from the glove to the hand, he got the ball with a good grip on it and almost lost the ball. So he had to lob this ball in a second, and that does drive in 2 more runs.
The batter now, Jordan Walker, as Rollison misses way outside with a curve. 1-0 the count.
4 runs in here for St. Louis in the fourth inning.
And a 7-2 lead for the Cardinals. 2 down, a man at first. Lefty-righty matchup. 1-0 the count on Walker. Here's the pitch. It's low and inside, 2-0. So rough return to the mound for Cabrera. Cubs have also lost shortstop Dansby Swanson to an injury today. Left side discomfort. Here's the 2-0. That's called strike. Fastball on the outside edge. 2-1.
Walker didn't like the call. He didn't challenge it. I think guys here are earlier in the game, they're not challenging as much as they used to.
The pitch. Walker whacks it foul out of play. Second deck off to the right.
Especially the guys that are a little more veteran player. I think the young guys get a little fired up. Veteran players know, especially guys that can really swing it. They're like, I don't need to challenge. I'm going to get another pitch to hit.
You save it for a high leverage situation,
yeah,
right?
That's exactly right.
Time called by Walker, the batter. He's 1 for 2 today with a double and a flyout. Burleson at first being held on by Ramirez. 2-2 on Walker. Rollison is ready. High leg kick and pitch. It's in the dirt, blocked by Amaya. Burleson stays at first. Full count.
We had the people from Volvo in the booth today. Nice to have them here. I'll have to look at the Volvo XC90 next time, see, when you're looking for a new car. Or me, the Coomer household could always use one. But great to have them in. We had 2 young guys in with them, so good to have them here at the ballpark today, enjoying the ball game, the day here at Wrigley, the Air and Water Show. You get the whole package here at Wrigley Field today.
The payoff pitch. Walker hits a high fly ball deep center. Crow Armstrong back. He looks up, and this one's in the basket for a 2-run home run. Just to the right of the 400-foot marker in center. It is now 9-2 St. Louis. Cardinals pouring it on. 2-run home run. Jordan Walker, his 24th.
Yes, looks like a little changeup away, and it just stays up in the zone, out over the plate. And maybe it wasn't a changeup, it was a curveball, but it stays up. It starts out up and then ends up about mid-thigh, outer half, and Walker right on it. Hits this ball literally right over the 400-foot mark in straightaway center field.
Joshua Baez at the plate. The pitch. And he hits a high fly ball deep right, angling toward the corner. Suzuki at the track near the wall. He makes the catch for out number 3. But St. Louis pours it on here on the top of the fourth. 6 runs scored. Middle 4. Cardinals 9, Cubs 2 on the score of the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. We are professional grade. Right now, when you finance through GM Financial, well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 models. Come in today and test drive the hardworking Sierra 1500 and experience engineering that fits your lifestyle. See your local GMC dealer today. Monthly payment is $1,515 for every $1,000 you finance. Average example down payment is 8.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/31/26.
You know how your Wi-Fi is spotty in some places or keeps buffering at the worst times? But you kind of just live with it because fixing it seems like a hassle? It doesn't have to be. You can just get an Eero system, which is ready to replace whatever router you have from your ISP. They set up in minutes, so you can start enjoying fast, reliable, award-winning Wi-Fi right away. Upgrade yourself today at Eero.com. Seriously, it's time.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Let's take a look at League Leaders, sponsored by Gusto. Hire pay and grow your team with Gusto around Major League Baseball. Kyle Schwarber, your home run leader of the Phillies with 37 of them. Best ERA in baseball. Jacob Mizorowski of the Brewers with a 1.75 ERA. Here's Zach and Coombe.
Thank you very much. We get set here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Cardinals with a big 9-2 lead over the Cubs. Alex Bregman will dig in against Hunter Dobbins, the Cardinals right-hander, who rocks back and deals. Bregman looks at a strike. Two-seamer clocked at 93 miles per hour, 0-1. Just along the inside edge, near the top of the zone. Bregman flat out to center his first time up. The pitch. Bouncing ball hit up the middle, ranging to his left, fielding Wynn. His throw to first in time to get Bregman. One away. Bregman pointing at the Cubs dugout. He thinks the throw was a little high and pulled the foot of the first baseman Burleson off the bag. But after checking with replay man Brad Moreland, Craig Counsell will not challenge. One away.
The pitch did take him off the bag a little bit, but I think he got back on it before Bregman got the first. Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app.
Ian Happ at the plate, looks at a ball outside, a curve that missed, 1-0 the count.
It's good to see Spiegs here yesterday, subbing in for you. Today we got Judson, but good to see Spiegs.
He's busy tonight. Here's the 1-0.
Yeah.
That's in there for strike 1-1.
He's singing tonight across the street at the Metro, right?
Yeah.
Lynn Bramer charity event.
Here's the 1-1. Happ looks at strike 2, a splitter from Dobbins.
There's a guy we miss. Lynn, what a great guy he was. It's sad he passed away a few years ago of cancer. But I did an event across the street as that pitch misses wide at the Metro with him as he was emceeing, and they said I was too, but I was kind of along for the ride. You know what I mean? Yeah. We had a great time, though. That was a lot of fun.
Line drive, base hit by Happ down the left field line. Quickly backhanded by Baez to hold Happ to a single. It's just the second hit of the ball game for the Cubs. The first, a 2-run shot by PCA in the third.
Let's see if the Cubs can make a game of this. Right now, it's a little on the lopsided side at 9-2, but a couple swings of the bat, a couple bombs, wind blowing out to right, so you never know what can happen here at Wrigley Field on days like today.
Here's Nico Horner. He lined out to second his first time up. The pitch. Called strike, slider that spins into the zone, 0-1. 1 on, 1 away for the Cubs here in the bottom of the fourth inning, 9-2 St. Louis. Edward Cabrera started Coombe his first major league appearance since the hamstring injury on June 23rd. He went 3 2/3, 7 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. 77 pitches today. Horner waits for the 0-1. A long set by Dobbins. Now the pitch outside. 1-1.
Yeah, it just looked like Cabrera today just really never found a comfortable spot throwing any of his pitches. He was just erratic, lot of deep counts, unfortunately for him.
The 1-1. Horner hits it foul out of play. Second back off to the right, 1-2.
Yeah, it's just hard. When you come back after missing 2 months and you pitch a couple days in, 3 games in AAA and you really kind of dominate, but pitching here is a different story. You come to the big leagues and, he just didn't have command of his pitches today.
Ball in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Crooks. Hack stays at first, 2-2 the count on Nico. By the way, Cubs cleanup hitters are sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Frigidaire kitchen today at grandappliance.com. Hack the cleanup man. He's at first after the single. Horner at the plate, 2-2 the count. The pitch. Low and outside, a sweeper that missed. Full count.
Good take by Nico not to chase that breaking ball down and away.
Partly cloudy afternoon here at the friendly confines. It's a steamer because of the humidity. First pitch here is 86 degrees. Ground ball up the middle, ranging to his left, fielding Wynn. Sidearm throw to first in time to get Horner. 2 away, moving to second on the play. Hack.
Ball hit right back over the rubber, and Dobbins kind of flicks at it from behind his back with his glove. Wynn catches this ball about 4 steps behind the bag at second and throws out Nico.
So here is Pedro Ramirez. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Dobbins. 9-2 St. Louis. 2 away, a man at second. The pitch. Floats into the zone for a strike. A breaking ball, 0-1.
Now, if Ramirez can get a hold of one here and hit it into that wind and hit one out of here, you start creeping back into this game. This should be a pretty good matchup for Ramirez. Likes the ball inside.
And the 0-1. Ramirez swings and misses. Hefty cut at his splitter, 0-2.
Took a big rip. He was on time, but that ball had good downward tilt to it.
Ramirez calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his batting gloves, white on each hand, and digs back in. Dobbins, the right-hander, working on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Sets bell tie, checks second. That's where Happ is. And now the 0-2. Ramirez dribbles it foul off to the left. Count remains 0-2. James Triantos on deck. He came in for the injured Dansby Swanson, who left the game early in the third inning with left side discomfort. 0-2 on Ramirez. Dobbins is ready. Here it comes. Pulled foul off to the right, near the camera well, right near the Cardinals dugout along the first base line.
That one was scalded into that camera well. Hopefully everybody's okay. Told you he likes the ball inside.
Yeah, good call.
Just get that one elevated to straight right. Be a 2-run bomb.
See if he can make it happen. The 0-2. Ramirez swings and misses at a curve in the dirt. Brooks fields it on a hop and fires to first. Strikeout 2-3. Happ stranded at second base. That ends the fourth inning. 9-2 St. Louis as we head to the fifth. On the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
The Heat and Frost Insulators and Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors want to remind you that fire stopping saves lives. If your commercial building, manufacturing, or industrial facility was recently under construction or rehabbed, you'll want to make sure your fireproofing is up to date. Certified and skilled insulation technicians will install fire stop systems that comply with national flame and temperature ratings. For a list of skilled Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors, visit local17insulators.com.
New car car, used car, or electric car, Consumers Credit Union delivers competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Coming to you live all season long, the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, and in between innings on the broadcast, on the TV broadcast for ABC, David Ross is one of them, and they had David on the big board. Got a big ovation here. Welcome back to Wrigley, David. We were talking to him earlier. He's in the booth for a while. My old teammate. When he was a rookie, I was the old man on the team in Los Angeles. Great guy. Great to have him back here in Chicago.
Nathan Church at the plate to begin the top of the fifth. And Church looks at a sweeper off the outside from Ryan Rollison, 1-0. Ross forever a champion here in Chicago with the Cubs, part of that magical 2016 team. The pitch is low to Church, 2-0 the count, 9-2 St. Louis here in the top of the fifth. Rollison deals. And that one squirts past the catcher Amaya all the way to the backstop. 3-0 the count now on Church. Edward Cabrera started. Gave up 7 runs on 6 hits in 3 2/3. His first start coming off the IL. Up high to Church, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on base to begin the top of the fifth for St. Louis in Church.
Yeah, that's been the issue for the Cubs today is the walk and pitching behind in the count. That is exactly what's happened today. Cabrera really struggled trying to get ahead in the count. Yeah, and paid the price for it, that's for sure.
Now the batter, Mason Wynn, right-handed hitter. And Wynn looks at a ball low, a fastball that missed from Rollison. 1-0 the count. Wynn blowing from left to right. Alec Burleson, big offensive star in this one so far for St. Louis with 2 hits and 4 runs batted in, including a 2-run home run and a 2-run single. Throw to first. Close play. Tag applied by Ramirez, but Church able to dive in safely.
Church runs well. Center fielder. Pretty good lead at first base.
Rollison deals. Wynn looks at ball 2 low.
And Amaya's going to go out. That's, been the issue today for the Cubs is just pitching ahead and pitching in the zone. And Tommy Hotovy going to go out and talk to Rollison about the same thing. You got 1 walk, and now you're 2-0 to the number 2 hitter in the game in the inning.
Sad news to report as former Major League pitcher Tommy John passed away today.
Yeah, it's sad. TJ, one of the great guys in our game, I'm telling you. I got to know him. He was a broadcaster for the Minnesota Twins for a while I was there when I first got to the big leagues. And you couldn't meet a nicer guy.
We're ready for the resumption of play. 2-0 the count. Rollison deals. The pitch to Wynn. It's a fly ball hit to center field. Right there, Pete Crow Armstrong comes in, makes the catch. 1 away. Church retreats back to first. First out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. John passing away at the age of 83. 4-time All-Star. He won 288 games. And is the namesake of the Tommy John surgical procedure.
Yeah.
As Jimmy Crooks looks at a sinker for a strike, 0-1.
I believe the surgery first was done by Dr. Frank Jobe. And now we use that term, having Tommy John surgery. Every pitcher, it seems like in baseball, is, eventually you're getting that surgery. And Tommy pitched many, many years after being the first guy to have that surgery done.
Yeah, 14 years after the procedure on his elbow. And almost won 300 games, the 1-1. A bouncing ball hit on the left side, fielded by Bregman. The toss to Horner. There's one on the first. There's 2. And that ends the 5th inning. 5-6-3 double play. We head to the last of the 5th. 9-2 St. Louis on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Hey, Chicago, Coom here. Stats don't lie. Want MVP numbers in a light beer? That's Yingling Flight. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, refreshing. That's elite efficiency. Other beers, padding stats with extra carbs, no flavor. Care about your beer stats? The choice is obvious. Yingling Flight is dominating. Numbers don't lie, Chicago. Yingling Flight, the next generation light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Chicago community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
You're stopped in traffic and a distracted driver slams into your car. That's wrong. You're walking up to your apartment and fall on a loose step. That's wrong. Then insurance companies question you like it's your fault. They don't care about you, only their bottom line. That's wrong. Insurance companies are tough. D&W Law Group is tougher. Call D&W, Chicago's injury law group at 312-888-8888. They'll fight to make it right and get you the compensation you deserve. Don't wait. Call the 8s. 312-888-8888.
Weekend traffic is optional. Vertiport Chicago flies you from the suburbs to downtown in just 16 minutes. Book your air taxi at notraffic.vip.
Join us on Wednesday, September 2nd to celebrate First Responders Appreciation. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs Quilted Fleece and Challenge coin presented by Wendella. Don't miss out on this offer. Here's Zach and Coom.
Judson, thank you. Cubs have some work to do. They're down 9-2 as we get set for the bottom of the 5th inning here at Wrigley Field, a finale of this 3-game set against St. Louis. It's the final game of the regular season between these two. James Triantos at the plate, right-handed batter. Hunter Dobbins steals, and a bouncing ball hit back of third, backhanded by Jordan. Rifles one across, dug out by Burleson at first. And Triantos is retired, one away.
Play by the third baseman. Jordan throws this ball from foul territory across the diamond. Wind still blowing out to right center. So, I mean, the Cubs are down 9-2, but it's still one of those days here in the middle of the ball game where a couple men on. Anybody can leave the yard towards right and right center.
Michael Conforto looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone, 0-1. And Fordo popped out his first time up. And here comes the pitch. High and tight with a fastball, 1-1 to count. Currently 83 degrees. Partly cloudy afternoon here at Wrigley Field. The pitch. High fly ball down the right field line, but hooking way foul out of play. 1-2.
And all opponents' pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water, commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Cubs with just 2 hits against Hunter Dobbins through 4 1/3. A 2-run shot by PCA and a single by Ian Happ to left. The 1-2. Conforto looks at a ball low, count even at 2-2. It was a splitter from Dobbins, who began his career with the Red Sox last year. There's this funny story about Dobbins in his first game against the Yankees. Here comes the 2-2. That's low. Conforto has worked a full count curveball that misses. So before his first appearance against the Yankees last year in New York, he was a member of the Red Sox. He said that his dad was a diehard Red Sox fan, and if the Yankees were the last team to, quote, give me a contract, I'd retire. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. A slider that apparently spun into the zone, but Conforto's going to challenge this.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. See where this one ends up.
Was it low? Let's see. It was a ball.
It is ball 4.
So instead of strike 3, it's ball 4. And Conforto heads to first base with one away here in the bottom of the 5th.
And now here, this is where the Cubs need to take advantage. You know, you get man on, a couple guys on, and you hit a bomb. That's gets you right back, you know, in striking range anyways. They're in the middle of the ball game.
Miguel Amaya at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Low and outside. 1-0. Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. 9-2 St. Louis, 1 on, 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Amaya at the plate with a 1-0 count. Dobbins delivers. Amaya check swing and a pitch low and outside on appeal. No swing, says Bruce Streckman at first. 2-0 the count.
Now let's see if Amaya gets something to hit here. You know, you're looking at this ball game and you're up 9-2. The last thing you want to do is keep pitching behind. So with that being said, Amaya might get something good to hit. He can do some damage.
Amaya looks at a strike. Sinking fastball from Dobbins. 2-1. Conforto being held on at first by Burleson. Second baseman Weatherholt playing up the middle just to the right of the bag. So there is a big hole on the right side of the infield. The 2-1. That's low. 3-1 now with Amaya at the plate.
2-0, took a fastball in the middle of the plate. 2-1, slider down. Let's see if 3-1, you get another one of those fastballs in the middle. See if Amaya can do some damage.
So here we go. Dobbins sets, Beltie, the pitch. That's low, ball 4. He missed with a fastball. And maybe the Cubs have something going here. Back-to-back walks. First Conforto, now Amaya, 1 away here at the bottom of the 5th. And Pete Crow Armstrong will dig in.
And that just drives managers crazy. You're up 9-2 in a ball game, and you just want your pitcher to be on the attack and make him put the ball in play. And now Pete, with a 3-run bomb here, can get the Cubs back in this game.
Hit a 2-run bomb his last time up. The pitch is low. 1-0. 408-foot rocket into the right field bleachers. 1-0 on PCA. This is 28th home run. The pitch. Crow Armstrong pulls one on the ground, foul off to the right, 1-1. The home run is last time up. PCA's first hit of the series. Dobbins checks second. Works his motion and deals. That one misses low. 2-1 the count. With Crow Armstrong at the plate, men at first and second, and just 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Conforto at second, Amaya at first. Crow Armstrong waits. Here comes the 2-1 from Hunter Dobbins. PCA swings and misses. Big cut at a fastball, 2-2.
That was high gas, 94-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Might have been a little high.
Armstrong digs in. Outer blue batting gloves. Left-handed batter against the right-hander, Hunter Dobbins. Wind blowing from left to right. The 2-2. Swing and a tap foul at the plate. Just got a piece of a splitter. 2-2.
Now, when you look at the scouting report of Dobbins, the split finger is down the list quite a bit of pitches thrown. Today, he has had a very good one. It has been his best off-speed pitch has been the split finger.
Men at first and second, Coombe 1 away. Crow Armstrong waits. The pitch. Pulled foul off the netting to the right. That was a curveball.
Wind starting to pick up and blow harder towards right field now. We'll see what happens here if he can get one up in that wind.
2-2 the count. Dobbins delivers. Call strike 3, a fastball, and PCA is going to challenge.
The pitch was called a strike. The batter is challenging.
Ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Cubs won the last one here this inning. What about this one?
This one
The call is overturned.
is in the
Chicago
zone.
is out of challenges.
Right at the top, along the outside edge. Out number 3. As PCA is retired, 2 away. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Seiya Suzuki will stand in. And as you heard the home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson announce, Cubs are out of challenges for the rest of the ballgame. Righty-righty matchup, the pitch. Seiya taps it foul off to the left. 0-1. 2-2 away. Here the last of the 5th. 9-2 St. Louis. Final meeting of the regular season between these two squads. Cubs and Cardinals have been playing one another since 1892. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike, slow-moving breaking ball that floated into the zone. 0-2 on Suzuki. Seiya waits. Dobbins deals. Low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cubs took the opener of this weekend series on Friday. A 3-0 victory. Yesterday, Joshua Baez became the first major leaguer to homer 3 times in his first game as the Cardinals even the series. The 1-2. That one just missed. 2-2 the count. Little low.
A little two-seamer, and it started out away. He tried to bring it back to that outside corner and just missed, I think, down or barely away.
2-2 away. The 2-2. Seiya swings and misses. Strike 3. Dobbins gets him with a sweeper. Cubs lead 2 after 5. It's a 9-2 lead for the Cardinals on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We treat you right. We're reliable as heck. And, this is big, we go where you want to go with over 80 nonstop destinations out of Midway alone. So go with what just makes sense. Don't overthink it. That's for FIPS, WOBAs, and WARPs. Am I right? Southwest Airlines, the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on published Midway flight schedules as of 2/24/26.
All my life, my mom sacrificed for our family. So when she needed a liver transplant and I learned I was a match, I didn't hesitate to be her donor. Northwestern Medicine made the process seamless for both of us, including speaking to my mom in Spanish.
Top 10 in the nation for transplant volume, Francisco's living donor team removed part of his liver for his mom's transplant. Northwestern Medicine has saved the most lives through organ transplant in Illinois and its surrounding states. Northwestern Medicine. Better. Learn more at nm.org/transplant.
The winning lineup for your home starts with the appliance experts at Grand Appliance. From large capacity Electrolux laundry to versatile Frigidaire kitchens, Grand Appliance brings together the brands that help your home perform like an all-star. And with fast delivery and professional installation, Grand makes it easy to upgrade your home with the latest appliance innovations. Shop grandappliance.com or one of their 12 Chicagoland locations to learn more. That's Grand Appliance, Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Cubs fans, it's Pat Hughes. If your business needs lots of water, the Village of Bedford Park offers a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Top of the 6th we go. Cardinals lead the Cubs by a score of 9-2. Let's pause 10 seconds now. Allow stations to identify themselves. You're listening to The Score, Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Cubs down by 7 in the 6th inning, but how about this? This day in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The date we're looking at, August 16, Zach. Let's go all the way back to 1966. San Francisco Giants, Willie Mays It's his 534th home run, matching Jimmy Fox's record for right-handed batters as Gaylord Perry beats the Cardinals by a score of 3-1. Willie Mays, of course, hit 660. Zach, can you guess over how many seasons?
More than 20, right?
23 seasons. That's right. Yeah, Jimmy Fox hit 534 in 20 seasons.
Judson, thank you. Blaze Jordan leads off the top of the sixth for St. Louis. Cubs have a new man on the mound, veteran right-hander Aaron Savali. And here's the pitch. A swing and a miss by Jordan at a cutter. 0-1 the count. 9-2 St. Louis. Rough go of it for Edward Cabrera in his return from the injured list. 7 runs on 6 hits in 3 2/3 today. Savali deals. And Jordan swings and misses 0-2.
Coom, did you face Gaylord Perry?
I did not. No.
I took a shot.
I know 40 years older than I am.
No.
But that's okay. Yeah, it's all right.
Here's the 0-2. That's low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Jordan.
I didn't play against Ty Cobb either, if you're asking.
Okay, that's right. It was 1983. I don't know why I thought.
I was a junior playing.
I meant to ask, did you ever meet him, Coom? Have you met him?
I have met Gaylord Perry.
Yeah.
Yes, I've met him, yeah.
Jordan swings and misses. Strike 3. Chases a cutter off the outside. 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. You don't look that old to me.
That's good.
Whom you were not a member of the 1983 Kansas City Royals.
No, I was not. I was a member of the Lockport Porters at the time. Still trying to figure out how to get a hit in high school.
J.J. Weatherholt at the plate. He whacks it foul out of play off to the left, 0-1.
All my friends that are here from our graduating class are going to meet you outside. Judson messing with all us 84 graduates today. All right, okay.
Savali delivers. Weatherholt looks at a ball up high, 1-1. If I had asked Coom what Judson just asked you, this is what it would have sounded like on the air.
Distance, so you got to be careful.
Now, hold on. Now you graduated in 84, right?
That's correct.
Okay. He pitched in 1983. So I'm not decades off, per se.
You're
in high school, for God's sake.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
But, like, if you were Griffey, you would have been in the bigs in 85.
No. He was drafted in 87.
No, I just mean if you went right from high school to the bigs.
Yeah. Even he didn't do that. He played a year in the minor league, year and a half in the minor leagues before he got to the big leagues.
I'm going to step away.
Well, he was in my draft class. That's how I know. I played against him in the minor leagues.
Well, 1-2 misses high and outside. 2-2 on Weatherholt.
To your
it was
point,
more of an example.
To your point, he didn't need to play in the minor leagues. He was better than all of us by a lot. Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I heard you talk about Griffey in the minor leagues when you saw him in person. The 2-2 foul back by Weatherholt. He was in Medford, am I right?
Yeah, I was in Medford, Oregon in rookie ball, the Northwest League. So all the draft picks, that have teams in that league, you go right from the draft, especially the college guys, right to that league.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a high school kid, obviously out of Cincinnati, and went to that league. And, we were all collegiate players.
Weatherholt fouls this one back out of play. 2-2.
There were a few high school players, but not a lot. And the high school kids that came there struggled in that league, except one.
Yeah.
He was so much better than the rest of us in the league. And there, a few of us spent 10 years in the big leagues are real close.
Yeah.
And he was, I thought I was going to be back home working construction soon.
That drive to left, caught by Happ. Kind of made a sliding catch to his left. It was a sinking line drive. 2 away.
Kind of a soft landing on that slide for Ian. But, yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. was one of those rare guys that you see that right out of high school. I really think he could have probably went straight to the big leagues and been an all-star. I really think so.
Ivan Herrera at the plate, check swing, and a pitch low and outside on appeal. Bruce Streckman says that Herrera offered 0-1 the count.
So basically, Coom, I think of you as Griffey is the way that this added up.
You need to change that because I was definitely not. And I've got the numbers to prove it.
The 0-1. This is inside. 1-1 strike. The count on Herrera. By the way, pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Paulie, can you cut his mic, please?
The pitch. Herrera looks at a ball low. So 2-1 the count. The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. 2 down here in the top of the sixth. 9-2 St. Louis. Savali is ready. The kick and pitch. Herrera loops one shallow center. It drops in for a base hit. Comes with 2 away here in the top of the sixth inning. And it'll bring up Alec Burleson, who's having a big game for St. Louis. 2 hits, 4 RBIs, including a 2-run home run.
Little two-seamer inside to Herrera, a little inside-out swing. That's timing not great, swing very good as he dumps that ball in the center field.
Righty-lefty matchup, the pitch. Burleson lines one in the left center field for a base hit. This will roll all the way to the wall. Herrera digging for third. He'll stop there. Stand-up double for Alec Burleson, his 3rd hit of the game.
Triple away from the cycle. Burleson, he's got a short stroke. It's a little different swing than what you see from most guys. I'm not quite sure. He gets changeup down and just kind of drops the head of the bat. It's really a backside swing, which is kind of an odd swing. But with that being said, the barrel stays in the hitting zone a lot and for a long time, and he is some kind of strong. He can hit the ball a long way. That was a great piece of hitting to shoot that ball to left center.
Jordan Walker at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch is hit foul on a play off to the right. 0-1.
Just that ball went into the stands in the first row, and a fan reached out to try to catch it. And,
that one hits Jordan Walker. There was a two-seamer that bore in, and Walker's helmet went flying. Not quite sure where it got him, but the Cardinals trainer immediately hops out of the dugout to check on Walker. So does manager Oliver Marmol, and they escort him to first base.
Yeah, this ball hits the hand knob of the bat kind of area and then deflects up off of the bill of the helmet underneath and up like forehead bill of the helmet. Kind of a crazy play as that pitch was up and in. But it did hit his hand first down in front of him, not head high, and then the ball deflects up into his helmet and face, forehead area. Wow.
The trainer was looking at his left hand, and Walker's okay, going to stay in the game. It sounded and looked scary.
Yeah, whenever the ball starts hitting you in the face and helmet, obviously that's not good. But, it was a deflected shot, which is at least a little better.
Bases loaded for St. Louis. Joshua Baez at the plate, and he looks at a slow-moving breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Wind not blowing as hard right now as it was earlier, but it is moving from left to right. The 0-1. Baez takes strike 2. Two-seamer from Savali. Right down the middle near the bottom of the zone. Baez today is 0 for 3. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout. Cardinals with the bases loaded. 9-2 to score. St. Louis on top, 2 away. Here in the top of the 6th. Savali sets above the belt. The kick and pitch. Outside to Baez, 1-2. Savali is ready. And now the pitch. Baez taps it foul at the plate. 1-2 just getting a piece of a cutter.
Big swing by Baez. That pitch in the hitting zone. Pretty good swing. Just followed right back into Amaya's glove. Foul tip.
1-2 the count with the bases loaded and 2 away. Savali trying to work out of the jam. Baez introduced himself to Major League Baseball in a big way yesterday with 3 home runs in his first game. First time that's ever happened. Here comes the 1-2. Called strike 3. A cutter that drops into the zone. And Savali works out of the jam as the Cardinals leave the bases loaded. Middle 6. It's a 9-2 lead for St. Louis. On the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Visit your local Toyota dealer and discover which Toyota is right for you. Hurry in now before it all ends. Toyota, let's go places.
Alex Bregman will get the Cubs started in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals lead the Cubs by a score of 9-2. Who's on deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking. Railing everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Here's Ankin.
Thank you very much, Judson. Cubs trying to work their way back into the ballgame. They're down big, 9-2 as we begin the last of the 6th. Bregman will be followed by Happ and then Horner. Hunter Dobbins stifled the Cubs today. He's allowed just 2 hits. One of them a 2-run shot to Pete Crow Armstrong. The other a single by Happ. Righty-righty matchup with Bregman at the plate. Dobbins delivers, and he misses up high with a slider, 1-0 the count. I was looking at this date in baseball history. Judson was talking about Willie Mays with a big home run. A lot of other interesting things happening on this day, August 16th. Here's the 1-0, and Bregman looks at a strike. A fastball clocked at 91 miles per hour, 1-1. This one caught my eye as it mentions Billy Williams, but as a member of the A's, after his Cubs career, 1976 on this day, Billy Williams is called out on strikes after refusing to enter the batter's box and is thrown out of the game. The pitch misses inside, 2-1 the count now on Bregman. Do you know what happened there?
I do not.
We see the whistler often. I gotta ask him about that.
He was here yesterday.
He refused to hit. Yeah. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. That's outside to Bregman. 3-1.
Well, he was arguing with the umpire whether it was that pitch before or whatever. That's in the umpire ordered him to get in the box, and he probably told him no.
The 3-1. Bregman pulls it on the ground. Foul off to the left. 3-2. How about this? August 16th, 1954. In a throwing contest between Jimmy Pearsall and Willie Mays before a Red Sox-Giants charity game in Boston. The pitch, Bregman dribbles it foul behind the plate. Count remains 3-2. Pearsall hurt his arm. He starts the game but leaves midway. He wakes up the following morning with a sore arm that stays with him a year, and he will never throw quite as well again.
How about that? Speaking of Tommy John.
The 3-2. Check swing at a pitch low. And Bregman did not offer. It's ball 4. And he leads off the 6th inning with a walk for the Cubs. And that'll be all for the starter, Hunter Dobbins. His manager, Oliver Marmol, makes the slow walk out to the mound. We're going to have a pitching change. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Bottom 6, a man at first. Cleanup man Ian Happ due up. Cardinals up 9-2. This is the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests and more on your way home 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Whoa, boss, how did that happen? Mind your business. I mean, how did a forklift make a shish kebab out of our company truck? I said, mind your business, Billy. That's why we have auto owners. We work with an independent agent to customize our policies. So when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered. Because unlike you, minding our business is their business. Oh, that's simple human sense.
Ask Reardon Insurance Group in Norwood Park if auto owners make sense for you.
Help Northern Illinois Food Bank strike out hunger this season. For over 40 years, we've been hitting home runs by providing our neighbors with nutritious meals that help them thrive. But we need you to step up to the plate. Together, we can make a great team with a shared purpose. Don't wait for the perfect pitch. Visit solvehungertoday.org to strike out hunger now. That's solvehungertoday.org. We're hungry for purpose. Are you?
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Right-hander Luis Castellum takes over for the Cardinals. One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Man at first in Bregman. Ian Happ due up. Cubs have just 2 hits today. One of them a single by Happ. The other a 2-run shot by Pete Crow Armstrong, his 28th home run of the year. Cardinals up 9-2. They jumped on Edward Cabrera early in his return to the mound from the injured list. Cabrera's first major league start since late June when he injured his hamstring covering first in New York against the Mets. Cabrera allowed 7 runs on 6 hits in 3 2/3. Castellum kicks and fires, and Happ swings and misses, and a changeup. So it's 0-1.
See, it's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Ying and Flight. Next generation light beer. Cubs could use to put a few balls in flight. Down quite a bit, 9-2. The home runs wouldn't be bad.
And many of them. That pitch low and inside, 1-1 the count. Cubs could use their own version of the air and water show.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Castellum works his motion and deals, and Happ fouls this one back off the screen, 1-2. Cubs have not lost back-to-back games since July 9th and 10th, the finale of a series in Baltimore, the opener of a series in Cincinnati. And since then, they've got the second best record in baseball. Bouncing ball hit to first, fielded by Burleson. Second for 1, wing to first, not in time. Happ beats it out, but Bregman, the lead man, raced from the bases on the fielder's choice. 1 away.
Kind of surprised Burleson went to second base as that ball was caught. It's right in the baseline, and Bregman does not slide going in, trying to make it tougher for the throw for Burleson, but he made a good throw to second and avoided Bregman.
So here is Nico Horner with Happ at first and 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-2 St. Louis. The pitch is a called strike, a fastball from Castellum. 94 miles per hour right along the inside edge near the bottom of the zone. Horner 0 for 2 today. Castellum works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. The kick and pitch. Horner lines one for a base hit over a leaping wing in a left center field.
Good swing by Nico on that inside heater. Stays inside the ball and just shoots it right over Wynn's head. It's short. So here's where, you get a couple men on and you gotta put one in the seats. Or at least run one in the gap here soon to kind of get yourself in striking distance the last few innings.
Pedro Ramirez digs in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He's 0 for 2 today. Wind blowing from left to right. 2 on, 1 away. Cubs down 9-2. Ramirez waits. Gastelum deals. And the pitch is up high for ball 1. Happ at second, Horner at first. Gastelum deals. That one is fouled at the plate off the glove of the catcher, Crooks. 1-1. Ramirez hitting at .296. He's got 2 home runs. Partly cloudy afternoon here at Wrigley Field. Temperature in the low 80s. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Change up. 1-2.
High change, but pretty good arm action and just out in front. That's one, though, if you stay back on, that one ends up in the bleachers. But you got to stay back on it, and that's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Gastelum sets above the belt, checks second and deals. Ramirez swings and misses. Another changeup. Strike 3, 2 down.
Gastelum's one of those guys that has a lot going on, a lot coming at you, and then good arm action, and then that changeup comes out, and it's, comes off his last 2 fingers. So like the ring finger and his little finger, as he comes across the backside of the ball, it almost has like screwball type spin as it goes away from the left-handed hitter.
James Triantos at the plate, and he looks at a sweeper low from Gastelum. Triantos entered the game when Dansby Swanson was injured in a swing and miss in the 3rd inning and left with what the Cubs are calling left side discomfort. The pitch called strike. Sinking fastball from Gastelum, 1-1.
Yeah, I haven't heard any more about Dansby's injury. We're hoping that it's not a major thing, but he took a swing and instantly was in kind of shutdown. He knew he did something.
Triantos looks at a strike, a slow-moving sweeper that floats into the zone. 1-2 the count.
It's a weird feeling because you take, you swing so much, in practice and in a cage and then in batting practice and games. And then you take a hard swing, like you did just the regular swing in the game, and then you feel that hole in your rib cage. It's just a weird feeling.
The pitch. Triantos swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a changeup. Cubs lead 2 after 6. 9-2 St. Louis. On the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Benny's goes to the dogs. Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to area service dog charities. Here's toasting to man's best friend. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
When you buy a car, you got a lot of options. You get 4 wheels, but how many doors do you want? Do you want a trunk or a frunk? A sunroof, moonroof, or a roof that comes all the way off? With Consumers Credit Union, your team can help you find your dream car and finance it with the kind of low fees and great rates that keep your options open. Consumers Credit Union. The people in your corner. Federally insured by NCUA.
For 120 years, innovation has been at the heart of Sloan, and fans can experience it firsthand at Wrigley Field. From trusted restroom solutions to bottle fillers delivering clean drinking water, Sloan supports Cubs fans all season long. Learn more at sloan.com. Hey, it's Pat Hughes here for North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, everyone knows someone worrying about control problems. And for many, the store brands don't get the job done. It's time to try North Shore. And don't settle for anything less than the MVP of adult diapers at NorthShore.com. North Shore's team of experts will send out samples that can be trusted to last, no matter what. Get back in the game with North Shore adult diapers at northshore.com. Fans know a steal when they see one, like tuxedos and suits from Suits 2020 in Niles. Why rent when you can own for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at suits2020.com.
Top of the seventh here at Wrigley Field. Beautiful day. Score not beautiful. That's down 92 to St. Louis. Coming to you live all season long. The Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, Zach.
Yeah, Edward Cabrera started for the Cubs, Coom, and had a rough return to the injured list. 7 runs on 6 hits in 3 2/3. Alec Burleson, the big offensive game so far for St. Louis with 3 hits and 4 runs batted in, including a 2-run shot. Nathan Church will lead things off here in the 7th for St. Louis. With right-hander Aaron Savali on the mound, working on the third base side of the rubber. So righty-lefty matchup with Church at the plate and Savali on the hill. Now the pitch. Church swings, and it's a pop-up. Right along the right side on the edge of the outfield grass, it's Triantos who makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at 1 price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So here comes Mason Wynn. Right-handed hitting shortstop, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Savali kicks and fires. Called strike. Cutter in the zone, 0-1. Right at the top of the zone near the outside edge. Wind blowing from left to right on a partly cloudy day, but plenty of sunshine now at the friendly confines. The 0-1. That's a called strike. Slow-moving breaking ball. It floats into the zone, 0-2. It's the final regular season game between the Cubs and Cardinals this season. The 0-2. Misses high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 7th inning stretch today will be conducted by the Northwestern University field hockey team, and they're lining up here in the booth getting ready. A 1-2. Swinging a tap foul behind the plate by Wynn. Count remains 1-2. 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning, 9-2 St. Louis. Savali working on the third base side of the rubber. A deliberate worker. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Wynn chased a curveball. 2 away. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Jimmy Crooks will now dig in with 2 down at the top of the 7th, and the Cardinals up 9-2. You guys ready? Yeah, they're ready. As soon as the third out is made, here in this top half of the 7th inning, the Northwestern University field hockey team will conduct the stretch here at the friendly confines on this Sunday afternoon. Savali kicks and fires, and Crooks looks at a splitter for a strike. 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Cubs entered play 4 back of first place Milwaukee in the National League Central. And the 0-1. Crooks looks at a ball off the outside. The count is 1-1. Right now in the top of the 5th at Dodger Stadium, it's the Brewers 2 and the Dodgers 1. Here comes the 1-1. Savali to Crooks. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. Curveball that missed. Cubs with a comfortable lead when it comes to the wild card race in the National League. Entering play today, number 1 in that department. The 2-1. Swing and a miss by Crooks at a fastball, 2-2. Cubs entered play 6 up over Arizona and San Diego for that top spot in the wild card race. St. Louis entering play 3.5 games out from the final wild card spot with a record of 62-61. Here's the 2-2. Brooks looks at the ball outside. A cutter that missed. It's a full count. But the defensive alignment that the Cubs are using on the infield, they vacated the third base position. So Bregman playing where shortstop normally would. Crow Armstrong shading Crooks the other way toward left center. And now the payoff pitch. Crooks swings and misses, strike 3. That ends the top half of the 7th inning. And it is now time to stretch at Wrigley Field. Cardinals up 9-2. The 7th inning stretch is sponsored by the Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. And we are moments away from listening to the Northwestern University field hockey team performing the stretch this afternoon in our home radio booth at Wrigley.
Elsa Trump, Olivia Bencol, Emily Kirshner, and Piper Boers.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some Beyonce Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back at you. We're good for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
It's a known fact that dogs can hear frequencies too high-pitched for human ears. So Tito's Handmade Vodka made this message just for them. That was us telling all the dogs that Tito's partners with thousands of animal nonprofits to help with vet care, adoptions, and more. The dogs liked that. They also liked it when we asked, who's a very good dog? Tito's, the vodka for dog people. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
A reminder that all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Getting set for the bottom of the 7th inning here at Wrigley Field. It's the Cardinals on top of the Cubs, 9-2. Hunter Dobbins went the first 5 innings for St. Louis, allowing just 2 runs on 2 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Michael Conforto will lead things off here in the 7th for the Cubs. Luis Gastelum deals, and Conforto fouls this one out of play off to the left. 0-1. Cubs have just 3 hits total today. The pitch is low. 1-1. 2-run shot by Pete Crow Armstrong, a single by Happ and a single by Horn. Luis Gastelum works his motion and deals. Conforto swings and misses out in front of the changeup. It's 1-2. Conforto 0 for 1 with a walk. He's got 10 home runs on the year. Gordon Graceffo, a right-hander, warming up in the St. Louis pen. And now the 1-2. That's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Conforto. Cardinals have won 8 of 12, in large part due to terrific numbers from the starting rotation. The 2-2. Conforto rides one foul off the sidewall in front of the Cubs dugout along the third base line. 2-2. Cardinals starting rotation over the last 12 games entering play today with a 2.63 ERA. On a play.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the reason why they're a really good chance of winning 2 out of 3 here at Wrigley, because of the rotation.
Conforto swings and misses, strike 3. Gastelum gets him with a changeup. 1 down.
Today Dobbins threw, and he had command issues at times, but not enough to where the Cubs could do anything to make them pay for it. And on the flip side of that, Cabrera had some command issues, and St. Louis made him pay.
Miguel Amaya looks at a sinker for a strike, 0-1. Cubs will start a 3-game set with the White Sox tomorrow night here at Wrigley Field. That'll be a raucous atmosphere. And the 0-1. Amaya looks at a sinker that misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's high and inside. Shota Imanaga will start the opener, the 3-game set against the Sox here at Wrigley tomorrow. The 1-1. Amaya fouls it out of play. Second deck off to the right. Luis Castillo, who was acquired at the deadline by the White Sox from Seattle, the former Red, will be on the hill for the White Sox tomorrow. Kevin Gausman will pitch game 2 of the 3-game set as he gets introduced to the Crosstown series. And then Clay Holmes will get the finale Wednesday. Amaya pulls one on the ground, foul off to the left, 1-2.
White Sox, offensively, they're just a much improved team, obviously, from the last few years where they've had their struggles, and now they're looking like they're going to be in October playing baseball.
Ground ball, sliding stop to his left by Wynn, throw across in time to get Amaya 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning with St. Louis up 9-2.
Always great to have them here or us go to the south side. Growing up here in Chicago, it's always one of those series I look forward to. We got a lot of friends on the south side of Chicago, their ball club. And it's always makes for a fun atmosphere here at Wrigley or at Guaranteed Rate Field.
Pete Crow Armstrong digs in and the pitch outside. 1-0 the count. White Sox beating the Tigers in Detroit today 7-5. So the White Sox up by 5.5 games over Cleveland and Detroit in the American League Central at the moment. The pitch. It's a called strike to PCA. Fastball.
Milwaukee's up 2-1 over the Dodgers.
Yeah, they're in the bottom of the 5th inning in L.A. Cubs trailing Milwaukee by 4 at the start of today. The 1-1. That one's in the dirt. 2-1 the count on PCA. But the Cubs have that comfortable wild card lead in the National League.
Yeah, it was 6 going into today's game. And I think it was over Arizona was the next team, and Arizona lost today 5-3 to Atlanta.
Bouncing ball hit on the right side, fielded by Weatherholt on the outfield grass. The throw to first in time to get PCA. Cubs go down in order in the 7th. We head to the 8th, 9-2 St. Louis on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10-2 on 104.3 The Score.
Want to rethink what's possible? How about being an investor? Not just in your future, but in the future. Well, it all starts with Invesco QQQ. For more than 25 years, this single ETF has given investors a direct line to the NASDAQ 100. That's 100 leading innovators behind advances in personal tech, science, and robotics, just to name a few. And you can access it all with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco QQQ is the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs' risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 Index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Cubs down 9-2 here, top of the 8th inning here on a beautiful day here at Wrigley. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Zach.
Thank you very much, Coon. Cubs have a new man on the mound. Left-hander Caleb Fieldbar takes over. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual attendance on this Sunday afternoon at Wrigley Field, 39,395. Turns out I was a little bit closer than the rest of you with my guess of 39,800. Blaze Jordan will dig in. Right-handed batter for St. Louis, the number 9 hitter in the Cardinals order. He's got 2 hits, a couple of singles, and a run batted in today. Here's the pitch. Called strike, a backdoor breaking ball that clipped the outside edge. 0-1 the count. Blaze is his real first name. It's not a nickname. There's no middle name. Blaze Jordan. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chased a rising fastball from Fieldbar. 0-2. His dad thought that the name Blaze just sounded like a great, tough football name. He wanted his kid to play football. He was a former college player, the 0-2. Called strike 3. Fastball that freezes Jordan. 1 away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. And while Jordan didn't play football, he went on to play professional baseball, so I'm sure his dad, Chris, is still.
He's got the name for a pitcher, but it's third baseman.
Yeah, you got to be a fireballer, right? The name of Blaze. J.J. Weatherholt at the plate, and he looks at a strike, 0-1. Weatherholt's another guy with an interesting backstory to his name. The pitch. Ground ball hit up the middle. Backhanded by Triantos. Across the body throw, not in time. Weatherholt with an infield single.
Second hit of the game for Weatherholt. He doubled in the very first inning and first at bat of the game. Now singles here in the 8th.
So Weatherholt's full name is Jonathan David Weatherholt. But the family calls him John John. They have ever since he was a little kid. And he was playing youth football. And the football coach didn't want to call him John John because, it's football. The pitch to Ivan Herrera is low, 1-0 the count. So the football coach started calling him JJ, and it stuck. And JJ Weatherholt now at first, being held on by Ramirez. The 1-0 delivery to Herrera is low, 2-0.
So his full name is
Jonathan David Weatherholt. He's from Mars, Pennsylvania.
So why the 2 J's?
Because his family, from the time that he's been very little, has called him John
John. So then it just went John to JJ. Got it.
Line drive foul off to the left. Sounded like it broke Herrera's back. Yeah, it did.
John. Okay.
You know any John Johns? Personally?
Can't say that I do.
I will never call you Ron. No.
No, I would suggest you not to.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, especially being this close.
No, you're all right.
Kidneys being exposed. I don't.
I'll leave that for Tom Thayer.
By the way, happy birthday to our good friend Tom
Oh, is
Thayer.
it his birthday today?
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
The 2-1. That's high and outside. 3-1 the count on Herrera.
And by the way, the Bears had a first win of the year yesterday as the preseason game was playing a little before ours and then into our game, but the Bears had a nice win.
A 3-1 delivery inside to Herrera. Ball 4. So the Cardinals now have men at first and second with just one away here in the top of the 8th. St. Louis up 9-2. You learned this yesterday about the Bears. Their second and third stringers are really good.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, that's
a lot of team speed.
Yeah, it's a very odd thing, the preseason for the NFL. So many guys get hurt that you really have to be careful and of who you play and what they do, and it's just very odd preseason.
Alec Burleson at the plate and looks at a fastball high, 1-0. Burleson with a big game, 3 hits, 4 runs batted in. He is a triple away from the cycle. Here's the 1-0. Called strike. Fastball from Thielbar, 1-1. Stay tuned for the toast of the game, presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, coming up with the Coon Dog in the 9th inning. Coon Dog sounds much better than Ron. Here's the 1-1. That's low. 2-1 the count. Now that's a name.
What's that?
Coon Dog.
See if Thielbar can get a little ground ball, a little breaking ball, get a ground ball. Ooh, fastball away. Burleson can cover that pitch away, boy. He's got quick. It's like I said, his last at bat, it's kind of an awkward, I should say awkward, more of a non-conventional swing. But, boy, he gets the barrel of the bat through the hitting zone big time.
2-2 the count on Burleson. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Thielbar zips a 95-mile-per-hour heater by him. 2 away.
Good gas by Thielbar right on the outside corner to get the lefty Burleson, and that'll bring out Craig Counsell. The Cubs will make a pitching change.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. And pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Cleanup man Jordan Walker is due up for St. Louis. 2-2 away here in the top of the 8th. The Cardinals leading the Cubs 9-2 on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Since 1962, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service featuring heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by heli. Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Performing a double lung and liver transplant on a lung cancer patient had never been done until now. Using a breakthrough approach, Northwestern Medicine performed this first-of-its-kind triple transplant. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Chicago sports fans, it's Ron Coomer. Summer baseball is in full swing, and it's the perfect time to enjoy your outdoor space. TimberTech decking is engineered with advanced innovation and resilient design to stand up to sun, rain, and years of gathering. You get the beauty of wood without sanding, staining, or splinters. Order free samples or connect with a contractor near you at TimberTech.com. TimberTech.com. TimberTech. Everything wood should be.
Right-hander Trent Thornton takes over for Thielbar. We are in the top of the 8th, 2-2 away for St. Louis. Cardinals up 9-2. A reminder to stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs Radio Network, coming up with Judson Richards following our festivities today here at Wrigley Field. So Jordan Walker digs in. He's reached base 3 times today, a double, a 2-run home run, and he was hit by a pitch. 2-2 away. Thornton, the right-hander, working on the third base side of the rubber, and the pitch is hit high in the air, deep right center field. Suzuki back near the wall, leaps, it bangs off the wall. 2 runs are in. Jordan on his way to second base, stops there with a double. I think Suzuki hit the wall hard right near the 368 marker in right center, fell down, took him a while to get back up. Pete Crow Armstrong had to retrieve the ball and get it back to the infield. But the 2-run double by Walker now makes it 11-2 St. Louis here in the 8th.
It's just a fastball away, kind of crossfired, and I think Suzuki leaps, didn't quite get there, and the ball literally hit the exposed brick of the 368 mark, and then Karams passed everybody, so Walker with a 2-run double.
Now Joshua Baez digs in, and he looks at a sweeper for strike 0-1. So the cleats that Baez wore yesterday when he hit 3 home runs in his major league debut, they're on their way to Cooperstown, but it's not his cleats.
Well, he probably, no, I don't know. Why are they not his cleats?
As Baez whacks one foul out of play off to the right. So he borrowed the shoes of Blaze Jordan, his teammate. Well, when you hit 3 home runs, those are the shoes you wore.
Yeah.
So Blaze Jordan now has his cleats in Cooperstown. Weird, right?
Yeah.
How would you feel about that if it happened to you?
Well, I'm guessing Blaze Jordan doesn't have his name all over him. I'm guessing they're just cleats.
Back off the screen.
You know? So I'm guessing it would be okay. They're the ones that he wore. I'm surprised they didn't ask for his bat. I would have been like, no, sorry, keeping that one.
Well, maybe that's why he still has it right
that's
now.
Why
The
he
pitch.
can, yeah.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Thornton gets him with a sweeper. And that ends the top half of the 8th inning. But the Cardinals add 2 more on the double by Walker. It is now 11-2 St. Louis. Middle 8 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
That's the sound of small businesses booming. Right now at Old National Bank, you can earn up to an $800 bonus when you open a small business checking account and complete qualifying activities. It's just the start of what's in store.
We're open. Oh, and boom!
Business checking made for small business. Just another reason to get old. Learn more at oldnational.com/smallbizoffer. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal. We got a big deal too, right, Mom? Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe. Or get up to $3,000 total savings on the Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid. Offers end September 8th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
With more than 150 majors, locked-in tuition, and one of the best college towns in the country, you can create your legacy at Illinois State University. Apply today at illinoisstate.edu.
Out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill up in Detroit. White Sox beat the Tigers 7-5. White Sox get the sweep of the Tigers, lead the division there in the AL Central by 5.5 games. Currently, the Pirates top the Reds 7-3. That one in the 7th inning with the rain delay. Now, see what's happening out in Cincinnati. Reds fall to the Marlins 7-1. That one is a final. And perhaps most importantly, out in Los Angeles, Brewers do lead the Dodgers by a score of 2-1. That one in the top of the 7th inning. Tarek Skubal has done his part on the mound for the Dodgers to waiting to get some offense. Again, Brewers lead the Dodgers by a score of 2-1 in the 7th. Here's Zach and Coon.
Judson, thank you. Cubs entered play 4 back. First place Milwaukee in the National League Central. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. All Cardinals up 11-2 over the Cubs. Seiya Suzuki digs in. New man on the mound for St. Louis. Right-hander Gordon Graceffo. High leg kick and pitch. And Seiya looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone 0-1. Graceffo, 26 years old, 7-1 in 48 games this season with a 3.17 ERA. A whole bunch of defensive substitutions for St. Louis as Graceffo deals. That pitch just a little bit high off the glove of the catcher Crooks all the way to the backstop, 1-1. Everson Pereira enters the game, replacing Joshua Baez in left field. Suzuki looks at a fastball inside, 2-1. It's the jump rope out of the way. Graceffo along set. Here comes the 2-1. Seiya lines it foul out of play off to the right. 2-2. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. And now the 2-2. Ground ball past first for a base hit. It rolls into foul territory. Suzuki digging for second, and he gets in there, sliding in safely. The ball kind of took an awkward bounce past Burleson and rolled all the way behind the tarp along the right field wall, and Suzuki takes advantage for a two-base hit.
I'm going to go on record and say that's going to be the softest hit double Suzuki's ever going to have in his big league career. He gets jammed to death by this pitch, but inside outset, and it just barely gets over the first base bag. Burleson playing way over in the hole, reaches, can't get to it, and the ball just dribbles down by the tarp, and Suzuki ends up with a double.
Now Alex Bregman, it's a one-hopper to deep short. Wynn fires a strike across the diamond in time to get Bregman from the outfield grass. One away.
Now Wynn with, as we've talked about, very good arm. Back pedals on this little soft line drive and then throws a bullet across the diamond.
So to your point, I was looking at the exit velocity on the Seiya Suzuki double. 53 miles per hour off the bat. So I think you're right.
I don't know if that's how hard that is compared to some other dribblers, but that one wasn't a hitting film one that you're going to want to save. I know that.
But it counts. That's
you won't throw it back. Yeah, that's a keeper, but you know.
Tyrone Taylor at the plate, pinch hitting for Ian Happ. The pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. 11-2 St. Louis with a one away and a man at second here in the eighth for the Cubs. Taylor waits the pitch. That one is past the catcher Crooks, and taking third is Seiya.
Well, breaking ball in the dirt. Crooks unable, he's down on one knee, unable to move much. Just reaches up to try to backhand this ball and can't. He goes to the backstop.
So Seiya at third after the wild pitch. 2-0 the count on Taylor. Graceffo along set. Now the pitch. Foul back off the screen. 2-1. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, they've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cubs, the official source for your Chicago Cubs gear. The pitch. That's a called strike. Sinking fastball from Graceffo, clocked at 95 miles per hour on the inside edge. 2-2 on Taylor. Graceffo deals. Taylor swings, and it's a pop fly to center. Dropping back is Church, makes the catch, tagging and coming home Seiya. Here's the throw. It's not in time. Sliding in safely, Suzuki. Sacrifice fly, Tyrone Taylor. It's now 11-3.
Now, Church gets this ball in pretty deep center field. And with the wind blowing out, that ball carried, but he made a pretty good throw right to the plate. Suzuki sees this, has to keep running and slide in home. Got to score their third run. Good at bat for Taylor to drive in that run.
Here's Nico Horner, 2 down. Bottom 8, 11-3 St. Louis. The pitch. Misses. Fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour from Graceffo, just inside. Horner calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts the batting gloves. Nico's 1 for 3 today, hitting at 260 on the season. He singled in the 6th inning. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch. A 1-0 by Graceffo is low. 2-0 the count. Top 7 in Los Angeles. Brewers leading the Dodgers 2-1. The 2-0 in there for strike sinking fastball from Graceffo. 2-1 the count on Horner. Cubs will play the Brewers 7 times in a short span. The 2-1, that's low and outside, 3-1 the count from late August through early September.
Yeah. That could be big, yeah, obviously. You know, when you're in that 3, 4, 5 range of games back.
And as Nico draws a walk, a fastball that missed. 2-out walk for Nico as that pitch was high and a little inside. Walks a Cubs batter, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. So Pedro Ramirez will dig in for the Cubs. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And Horner at first, 2 away. The pitch is a called strike to Ramirez. 0-1 the count. And if you're the Cubs, you just want to stay within striking distance of Milwaukee heading in to those meetings at the end of the month. Now the 0-1. Hard hit, ground ball through into center field for a base hit. Banged off the mound, ricocheted into center.
Another good at bat for Ramirez. He gets this heater and just whistles it back through the middle.
And before James Trianto steps to the plate, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score, an Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Triantos, a right-handed batter. Graceffo, the righty, deals, and Triantos hits a pop-up right side on the grass. It's Burleson wide of first, makes the catch for out number 3. The Cubs had a run after 8. St. Louis 11, Cubs 3. This is the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lung cancer is common among East Asian descendants, especially females.
We understand our patients have different backgrounds and circumstances, which is why we promote nearly 1,000 health screenings each year, like the CUBS program, which screens high-risk, often uninsured patients for cancer.
If it wasn't for the CUBS program at Northwestern Medicine, we wouldn't know my mom had lung cancer.
Because we treat our community the same way we treat our patients, better.
Hey fans, why does flying Southwest Airlines from Chicago just make sense? Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
After 8 innings of play, Cubs trail the Cardinals by a score of 11-3. The 9th inning, sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Here's Zach and Coon.
Thank you very much, Judson. With the score as lopsided as it is, Craig Counsell sends catcher Carson Kelly to pitch the 9th inning for the Cubs. Tyrone Taylor stays in the game. He's now the left fielder for the Cubs. So Kelly pitching against his former team, St. Louis. Nathan Church at the plate. And that's a fastball that's not so fast. It's low for a ball.
Just straight ball. Straight ball.
The next pitch is foul out of play off to the left by Church. 1-1. That was a faster straight ball at 66 miles per hour. Kelly hands over the head. Here's the pitch. Lined off the netting to the left, foul by Church. 1-2.
Tough plays of the game today. They were sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. And some very good defensive plays by the Cubs today.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. That's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And catch of the game. That's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That play was a real trip. So is Des Moines. It's a trip and make it yours at Catch Des Moines.
It was a pitch that was close, called low by the home plate umpire, Nate Tomlinson, right along the outside edge. Comes out of challenges. The pitch is hit high in the air to right, dropping back Suzuki. It's playable short of the track, and he makes the catch, 1 away. Yeah, we've hit that point in the game.
Yeah, we have.
11-3 St. Louis, 1 down here in the top of the 9th. Mason Wynn digs in. So this is a righty-righty matchup now. Kelly delivers, and Wynn looks at a fastball up high. That's the fastest ball that Kelly has thrown so far, 70 miles per hour. The next pitch is hit high in the air, deep center. Crow Armstrong back near the wall, makes an over-the-head catch. Nice play, 2 down.
Excellent play by Pete going back. And the last thing you want in a game like this, someone to get hurt. And Pete going back at that Ivy hard with obviously the brick wall right behind it. Makes a catch as he slams into the bricks.
Was able to brace himself before hitting the bricks. Jimmy Crooks digs in, left-handed batter. Pitch is pulled fair past first. Takes an awkward bounce off the sidewall, fielded by Suzuki. And that bounce holds Crooks to a single.
I actually thought that ball was foul, but it hit right at the bag area, and no argument from Ramirez. He could look down and see the spot where the ball hit on the dirt.
Blaze Jordan at the plate, and he looks at a fastball for a strike from Kelly. 68 miles per hour. Probably had a lot of movement to it. Here's the pitch. This is popped up on the infield. The catcher, Amaya, gives way to Ramirez, who comes darting down the first base line in foul ground to make the catch for out number 3. Good job, Carson Kelly. Middle 9, 11-3 St. Louis. This is the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody. 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time, since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yuengling. Yuengling started brewing in 1829. People were drinking a cold Yuengling before baseball even existed. No box scores, no seventh-inning stretches, just great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years. So next time you're at a ballpark, grab a Yuengling Traditional Lager, because just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yuengling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs Radio Network.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it.
Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Chicago community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Rear-ended? That's wrong. Hurt in a fall? That's wrong. Call D&W, Chicago's Injury Law Group. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Bottom as we go, Cardinals lead the Cubs by a score of 11-3. It is copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Here's Zach Zaidman.
Judson, thank you. Michael Conforto will lead off the last of the 9th for the Cubs against the new lefty on the mound for St. Louis, Caleb Ferguson. Was acquired at the deadline in a trade with Cincinnati for international cap space. Conforto 0 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch is low and outside. 1-0 the count. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. The 1-0. Conforto taps it foul. 1-1 the count. Coomer, you ready?
I am.
We need a toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs, and the toast of the game goes to.
Well, the only big swing of the bat the Cubs had came in the third inning, and that was off the bat of Pete Crow Armstrong. So Pete will be our toast of the game ball play with the 2-run homer right early in the game.
Grounded foul off to the right by Conforto, 1-2.
That was back. That put the Cubs down by 1 at the time, and that was a good ball game, and things just got away from the Cubs that next inning.
Yeah, it's a 3-2 game after 3, and St. Louis then scored 6 times in the fourth to break it open. Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. PCA with his 28th home run of the year. Here's the 1-2. Ferguson to Conforto. Ground ball up the middle. It is backhanded by a sprawling stop by Weatherholt. The throw to first in time to get Conforto. Close play. Let's see if the Cubs elect to challenge here.
Weatherholt feels this ball up the middle and falls, kind of catches a spike, and then throws it a little on the right field side of the bag. And I think Craig Counsell's going to challenge this. So obviously Burleson's foot came off the bag.
That's the crew chief, Mark Wegner.
He might have just beat the throw. His foot did not come off the bag. I just think Conforto hustled, beats the throw.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Getting another look on the big video boards in the outfield. And you're right.
Good hustle by Conforto either way to just make this play close. If you don't hustle and you don't run hard, this play's an out. But it's good hustle by Conforto, even though the game is lopsided. Keep playing the game.
It is a very close play, though.
Yeah. I would say the guys in the video room just make a call and move on.
Yeah, we'll see. You wonder if they'll just keep whatever the call was on the field, and the call was out on the field. Is there enough to overturn? We're waiting for the replay center in New York to make a decision. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning here at Wrigley Field. Cardinals up 11-3. The final game of the regular season in this series. Ground ball up the middle, backhanded by Weatherholt. Kind of a sprawling stop, as Boom said. It's like he tripped, got up, threw to first, close play. Conforto was hustling down the line.
Now, are these guys in New York? Are they out getting a slice of pizza when they, or when the play happened?
I mean, it is good pizza.
It's a little above average. I'll give you that. But it's like, come on, boys, let's go.
Sometimes I wonder if there are other games that they're looking at, like another replay.
Yeah, right at the same time. Yeah, that very well could be.
When you're at the counter at a deli and you have to pull that little number thing. And we're getting a look right now inside the replay command center in New York City.
There's people in there, but I don't know if those are just a bunch of IT people. They don't look like umpires to me.
Well, there's that too. I mean, maybe they're having some sort of issue and you have to fix that to be able to make a ruling. But you've got 3 umpires standing along the third base sign looking at the video boards at Wrigley, showing you a look inside the replay command center in New York City. And then the second base umpire, Paul Clemens, refusing to look at the video boards. He's got his back turned to the outfield. Conforto standing right near first base. He doesn't want to leave the bag. He feels he's safe.
This makes no sense at all. I don't get it.
11-3 St. Louis here in the bottom of the ninth inning. and continue to wait for a ruling on the play. Conforto was called out at first. Cubs challenged. A ground ball hit up the middle.
I wonder if they're having issues with the system and they're not getting calls. So Mark Wegman's going to make a call here.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. Chicago leads it.
I am guessing, this is just a guess, that they're having trouble with the system and they just stuck with the call on the field. That's a guess.
All right, one down here at the bottom of the ninth inning. Miguel Amaya will stand in against left-hander Caleb Ferguson. 11-3 St. Louis. The finale of this three-game set. The pitch. Amaya looks at a cutter low. 1-0 the count. Lefty-righty matchup. Ferguson works on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch is whacked foul off the netting behind home plate to the right. 1-1. Cubs will start a three-game set against the White Sox here at Wrigley Field tomorrow night. Shota Imanaga and Luis Castillo, the mound matchup. Here is the 1-1. Amaya looks at a cutter for a strike. 1-2 the count. Right along the outside edge, about knee-high. It's been a long time since the Cubs and Sox both were this good at the same time. Should make for an electric atmosphere here at the friendly confines. The 1-2. Off the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you would certainly think so. I got to believe this ballpark for 3 days is going to be jam-packed and very loud.
Which is the way it should be, right?
Absolutely. I look forward to it. Look forward to seeing some of our buddies from the south side to come out to Wrigley.
Fly ball hit to deep right center field. Walker back, looks up, gone! Miguel Amaya. Opposite field home run just to the right of the 368 marker in right center field. That's his 5th bomb of the year, and it's now 11-4.
We've been talking all day. The ball's been carrying, in the center and right center. Maya gets this one. He hits this ball well. Ball just keeps carrying. Wind not blowing all that hard, but it makes it about 3 rows back on this fastball down and away.
A 395-foot shot the other way by Amaya. 11-4 St. Louis with 1 down here in the bottom of the ninth. Pete Crow Armstrong digs in. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch is a sinker for a strike, 0-1. Crow Armstrong, it is 28th home run in the 3rd inning. A 2-run shot. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Cutter from Ferguson, 0-2 on PCA. Cardinals with 11 runs on 13 hits. Cubs 4 runs on 6 hits. 2 of them home runs. Now the pitch. Inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ferguson misses with what he calls a slurve. The 1-2 delivery. Crow Armstrong fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. PCA hitting a 276 on the year with those 28 home runs. He now leads the Cubs in RBIs with 75. Entered play tied with Seiya Suzuki. Both had 73 at the beginning of this game. The 1-2. Crow Armstrong fouls it off his foot and hops around in pain up the third baseline. He wears a shin guard and a foot guard. It still hurts.
I think he caught that one right off his toes, right in front of the guard on the foot. I don't know, caught it right in the shin. Yeah.
It's almost not fair when you have that much armor and still feel pain in the exact spot protecting. 1-2 the count. PCA waits. The pitch. Pop foul out of play to the left of us.
I'd say it'd be time to get a new guard.
There's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not protecting you.
But it's a cool looking guard. It's powder blue. Kind of has a little lightning thing. Has a logo. Here's the 1-2. Call. Strike 3. Two-seamer that froze PCA. 2 away. Cubs down to their last out.
Now let's see if Say can do a little damage. You always want, not to give away big league at bats. Let's see if Say can do a little damage here.
Had a dribbler for a double. Pass first his last time up. The pitch. Seiya looks at a strike, a sinking fastball from Ferguson, the left-hander. 0-1. Suzuki 1 for 4 today. And the pitch. Low check swing. Did he go? No, says Bruce Dreckman at first. 1-1 the count. Is that slurred from Ferguson. $11 for St. Louis. The pitch. Shot to third, fielded wide of the bag by Jordan. Throw across in time. And St. Louis wins. The Cardinals beat the Cubs 11-4 as St. Louis takes the regular season series from the Cubs 7-6.
Yeah, one of those